gonna make a fried chicken sandwich a la David Chang. David Chang, should I even explain who David Chang is? I'm just gonna, you know what, I'm making a fried chicken sandwich. Very simple, except very different than the chicken sandwiches that you're used to. What's so different about this fried chicken, look how big that bulb of garlic is. What's so different is we're gonna use ramen noodles as the dredge. So with the sandwich, I'm going to do a cabbage, onion, garlic slaw, simple slaw to put on top of the fried chicken. Other than the ramen noodles and stuff, it's gonna be a pretty straightforward, simple fried chicken. Garlic good, gonna get the onion good. I don't need the whole thing, that's a ton of onion. Remember, you want your onion up, face down. And I probably want half of this. So, remember, cabbage, onion, garlic slaw. Simple. I might add some sesame seeds to it. That's a good idea. Let's go ahead and get the onions first. Thinly sliced. So I chopped up one onion in half and then chopped that half in half. So chopped it into a quarter. This is a quarter and I just lopped off the nose. So now I'm just gonna, real thin. Look at it going everywhere. This is not lettuce, this is cabbage. Cabbage is thicker. Cut it in half and then put the half down like that. You almost want to shave these as best as you can. See? It doesn't have to be perfect. It could be rustic. All right, now get 3 bulbs of garlic in there. In this slaw, I would have normally done like a vinegar with some mayo, like a mayo vinegar base, but I'm just gonna do Dijon mustard and mayo because I like mayo-based slaws, and I also think that mayo-based slaws and fried chicken go really well together. But the reason why I'm not doing any vinegar is because there's plenty of vinegar in Dijon mustard. So I'm kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Mustard and slaw. Organic apple cider vinegar is what we have in here. Spoon, mayo, Duke's mayonnaise. This is how much I'm using. I'm not measuring it, I'm not weighing it. Like a spoon and a half. Let's start there and see what happens. Pepper. I want to do a little more sesame seed in here. These are toasted sesame seeds, by the way. You always want to make sure that you get the toasted ones in something like this because the nuttiness really comes out when it's toasted. You know what? I'm gonna add some dried dill in there too. Dill weed? This is the way I cook. I just add things last minute. Very impromptu style of cooking. This is probably a really good amount of mayonnaise normally, but you kind of want it to stack up. You want it to stack up against the fried chicken. Fried chicken's gonna be pretty substantial, so you want the mayonnaise to really be there. But let's go ahead and add the mustard first and see where we are from a saucy perspective. Taste, make sure you're comfortable with the taste. It is mustardy though, and it's vinegary. You can smell it, but it's good because the fatty, starchy nature of fried chicken needs brininess and vinegariness, or it needs acidity to kind of cut that fat and that starch of fried chicken. That's usually why you'll see coleslaw with fried chicken or pickles. They'll put pickles beside fried chicken. It's for that reason. Acid cuts fat. See, that's a nice saucy consistency. You have enough sauce in there. It's not drowning it, it's perfect. In my opinion, perfect. Okay, put this aside. We're gonna create the dredge. But first, let's take out 1 breast of chicken. Let's select a candidate. This is a good candidate. We're gonna use this guy right here. This would be fine as a fried chicken sandwich, but this is like too huge. This is too thick. It's gonna take forever to fry up. And so, what we're gonna do is 2 different things. We're gonna do two things. First, I'm gonna trim it a little bit. Secondly, now I need to wash my hands. Salmonella. Look at this brioche bun. By the way, we're using brioche buns. Brioche buns are buttery. You see how yellow or orange the bread is? That's because there's egg in this bread. When they baked it with bread. When they baked it with egg. It's the yolk that's making this orange. Let me just confirm that that's true. Oh yeah, egg. Now, because this has a little bit of butter content in it already, we don't need to butter it to toast it. You can, and I just might, but yeah, let's do it. Just so happens, and it actually just so happens that I have some room temperature butter, which is the only type of butter you need to be using when you're spreading butter on bread. If you just pull it out the fridge, good luck. You're gonna tear your bread apart. It's not a good look. Just give it a couple hours. See, this is how easily it should be. Look how easily that just comes off. Look how easily that spreads. Spreads like mayonnaise. Let's go ahead and toast these, get that out of the way. Cold pan, and then just put it on low. I'm just gonna let it do its thing. I'm gonna let it take its time. I'm not trying to flash it and toast it so quickly because I have other shit to do. You saw how big those buns were. So I'm going to cut this in half so I can make a perfect piece for the bread. That's really thick. I want good dredge to chicken ratio. This is a lot of chicken and I prefer to just cut this in half. So I'm gonna cup it. I'm just gonna go right down the middle. Just watch your fingers, watch your hand. You know what? I'm actually okay with this, just like this. Butterflied is what we call this. There you go. This is the piece. This is the money piece right here. This is the piece we're gonna use. That'll be a nice size. For a dredge, you want an egg as a binder. For any dredge, you first need to beat an egg. Give it a good whisk. Okay, we have the egg wash. We'll put that aside. I'm not using flour of any kind. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use ramen noodles. Save the packet. I'm going to put the flavor packets in there as well. Well, there it is. Basically, we have a powder, which is what we want. First thing, egg wash. Egg wash, all the way around. This egg wash is going to bind dredge. So now I'm coating the chicken in this ramen flour that I've created. I might want to double batter it. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to run it through this egg wash again. Back in, all right, double dredge, where you at? Okay, double dredged. Now it's looking really coated. Look at that. Perfect. Let's just leave it here. Let's get our oil ready. We're gonna use canola oil to fry this chicken.
How hot do you normally get it for?
You know, I honestly don't know. I never measure my oil temperature, but let's figure it out now.
Do you stick your finger in there and see how hot it is?
Yep. Well, really my I've never taken the temperature of my oil when I fried anything. I just fry it, and if the color looks good, I say it's done. I just eyeball it. But life has taught me to be more prepared. So let's Google it. What temperature should my oil be to fry chicken breast? Okay, 350 degrees. Then let's let that be that. We're getting there. So it's been frying for about 5 minutes. I'm gonna give it another 5 minutes. I just need it to golden up a little more. There we go, that's what we want. Check that out. While it's hot, hit it with some salt. So the salt sticks to the hot oil. but not too much because we have the flavor packet in there, in the mix. Yo, that smells good as hell. Yeah, that smells good as hell, bro. Okay, so in keeping up with Asian traditions, we have a, ramen-crusted fried chicken sandwich. I don't have any more. You gotta be kidding me.
2,000 years later.
There we go. In keeping up with Asian traditions, this is, after all, a ramen-crusted fried chicken sandwich. I got some kimchi from Trader Joe's. Kimchi is basically fermented cabbage. I mean, that is what it says. Spicy fermented cabbage. That is the definition of kimchi. It can come in many different forms, but spicy fermented cabbage is pretty much kimchi. So we have cabbage slaw that's not fermented and a little bit of kimchi. So I'm just gonna do like a thin layer of kimchi on the bottom, fried chicken, then like a lot of slaw on top, and it's going to be freaking awesome. Okay, I think it's gonna be awesome. I've never made this before, so, that's how we do things around here. All right, let's get a little bit of this kimchi. A little bit more. Chicken on, a lot of slaw. Look at that, look at all that slaw. All right, notice how the lighting got different. Nothing changed at all, just the lighting. All right, let's try this. That's pretty good. The breading is good. Can't really taste ramen, but it's good. Next time I'm going to marinate the chicken breast in buttermilk. But for now, to jazz up the sandwich a little bit, I'm going to use a little bit of this fried chili and oil. Just put it right there. Yeah, this is so messy. It's like a sloppy Joe. Put a little bit of that coleslaw on there. Whoa. Man. That's a wrap. Make this. Like, subscribe. I gotta get out of here.